to the Most High and the Son for leading us to another Wednesday night Warriors Bible study class, man. All praise to the Most High for allowing me to continue to do the work. All right. I want to give double honors to the elders that's been pushing through decades, motivating me not to be faint-hearted in this truth and to be a soldier for the Lord, man. All right. I want to give a mighty shalom to the Battle Axes captains, all right. Captain Yahri, Captain Jerubbaal, and Captain Benaniyah. Shalom to my leaders, man. All right. I also want to give a mighty shalom shout out to all the Battle Axe soldiers. All right. That's doing their thing, taking care of their families. All right. Bringing out these great classes and doing this enduring this truth, man. Waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And not only the Battle Axes, but all camps, like I always say, I always started off, man, all camps, man. All camps, whether it be ISUPK, IUIC, whoever, man, BOW, whoever, Sons of Thunder, whatever congregation, whatever camp that you're in, I just want to give everybody a mighty shalom, man. And I just want to tell y'all to keep up the good work, man. And I just want to motivate all brothers and sisters, especially all leaders in Israel, man. All right, there's guiding their congregations. All right. Like I say, all the brothers, all the soldiers that's out here in Israel, like I say, going to camp, taking care of their household, all right, and sealing the elect, man. All right, and last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all the sisters out here in Israel, man. All our princesses out here that's, doing their best to reach that level or constantly reaching that next level of being a Proverbs 31 woman, man. I always trying to reach for better. I always trying to do better. I always trying to reach that next goal of being that perfect Proverbs 31 woman, man. All right, whether you're married or unmarried, man. Sisters that's doing that thing in the congregation or just within their households. All right, I want to get a shalom to everybody that's in the chat. All right, of course, we got Brother Lamar in every single class. That boy Lamar don't miss no Battle Axe classes, man. All right, got Brother Lamar up in here. Oh, and we got Brother King James of Judah is up in here. So shalom to everybody that's in the chat and everybody that will tune in later. All right. Yeah, Salakia, I meant to start class a little bit earlier. I kind of like doing my classes kind of on the late night, actually. But I got some little things going on, so I say let me go ahead and just get my class over with. But y'all don't know. I just had some they wasn't Jehovah's Witnesses, but I had some Christians knock on my door, y'all. I had some Christians knock on my door not too long ago. I would have been starting my class at 5 o'clock, but I had to deal with these brothers, man. And when I looked out the peephole, I saw the little suit and I saw the ties. I said, "Oh man, I had to go grab the camera." But I wasn't finna do all that, man. When people were going crazy, I put him in the room. I go outside and I start to just tell those brothers, you know what? I'm not interested. But the Lord put it on my spirit to bring the word out, man, and to show these brothers what the truth was, man. And I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of y'all brothers and sisters that's in this truth, and you might not think that you're on a certain level, but man, trust me, you know a lot more than these damn pastors, man, in these churches, man. So I had this guy, it was two brothers, and one Edomite found out that he was from Poland, man. But I'm talking about, man, I had brothers confounded, and I'm gonna tell you, it took me a lot of practice to control my zeal. This is like the third time in my life where I had Christians or Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, and normally my zeal just be through the damn roof, and I run them out real quick. I just kind of eat them up real quick. Yeah. So this time I did fairly well. I controlled myself and I controlled my zeal. I controlled my spirit, man. And it was edifying, man. Brothers was confounded. It's like they wanted to walk away, but they could not walk away. And they kept asking me questions. They kept asking me questions. So, the Lord, like I say, the Lord might put it on y'all brothers and sisters' spirit. Hey, y'all might get that knock at the door. Brother Lamar, you should be learned enough to handle certain Christians when they do come to your door, especially as the Edomite Jehovah's Witnesses, where you do the thing. But it's not to just cut people up, because it could be our people too. So I'm just telling this story. Even you, King James, y'all brothers, I always be ready, man. I always be ready to teach, man, because it is your job to seal the elect as well. All right, it is your job to do so. So with that, let's just dive straight into this class. All right, I have quite a bit of reading. All right, so I ain't gonna elaborate. I'm gonna just read. All right, Well, I'm gonna break the scriptures down, but I'm gonna try to get through it. We have Purim coming up next Tuesday, Monday night, going to Tuesday. It's a two-day celebration. Then right after that 2 days, we have the destruction of Nicanor. So next week is a very busy week. Okay, next week is a very busy week, man. So to Captain Jerubbaal last night, he touched on Purim and the destruction of Nicanor. He kind of put them together. I'm gonna just touch on Purim. I'm gonna try to abridge as much as possible. But I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all ain't read, y'all should be reading Esther right now. All right, Esther is a great read. When you reading it, it's good, man. It's good. That's why even in this class, it was hard to skip certain things, you know. So yeah, man, y'all brothers and sisters, y'all be reading Esther, man. This is the time to be reading Esther. All right, this is the time to be reading Maccabees. All right. With that, let's just jump straight to the class. The name of the class is "They Not Like Us." This is the Purim edition. But these nations are not like us, man. They're nothing like us. They can't compare, man. All right. They can't compete, man. All right. Let's start off with Second Maccabees, man. Let's start off with Second Maccabees. I said I wasn't gonna be long-winded. I've been talking for 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and I ain't brought no scriptures out. All right. But let's go to Second Maccabees chapter 4, and we're gonna start at verse. Let's just start at verse 13. All right. This is the book, the Second Maccabees chapter 4, and verse number 13, and it reads, "Now such was the height of Greek fashions, an increase of heathenism, heathenish mannerisms. All right, through the Essene and profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, man." So Jason was a coon, man. He was a coon Israelite. Okay, he was a coon Israelite. All right. It says that the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, because man, we were being persecuted at that time. All right, and a lot of people will stand up to speak against even some of our own people that were wicked, because they were in cahoots with the so-called white men, with the Greeks at this time. All right, so we're not going to go into Nicanor, but I'm just starting out. I just want this precept to prove my point, how that they not like us, and we are on a different level. All right, that's why I'm reading Second Maccabees chapter 4 right now. All right, I'm gonna read verse 14 from the top. It says, "The priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting sacrifices, hardened to partakers of the unlawful allowance in that place of exercise. After the game of discus them called them forth." So they were playing discus. So this is like the Olympics. This is the whole Olympics thing. This is where the Olympics come from. These arenas where we had us fighting lions and tigers. In these arenas, they was in there fight. They was in there wrestling naked in there, man. It was men wrestling men butt naked. It was men on the field, nothing but a damn sheet on, throwing a damn discus, man. They throwing a discus with their damn junk, just flapping around, man. All right, junk just flapping around. All right. So this is where these things come from. These sports arenas. It all started in the Greek captivity. Okay, and our people love the customs of the Grecians as we do today. All right, but let's keep reading. It says, "Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all." Like, we like the ways of America best of all, man. Like I said, I had them Jehovah's Witnesses roll at them Christians at my door not too long ago, and man, they claim that they kept the laws of God, even tabernacles. They naming all high holy days, but y'all ain't really keeping them high holy days like that. So at their tabernacles, they didn't even put up booths, man. They didn't even dwell in tents. They just met up one day and say, "Hey, this is the Feast of Tabernacle," and then everybody got in their car and went home. That's not what the Lord commanded. All right, people love Babylon, man. All right, it says, verse 16, "By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and their avengers, whose customs they follow earnestly," man. And Negroes are like that today. We have these heathen, really the so-called white man. Okay, we have them as our enemies, because you hear a lot of black people, "Man, forget Esau, this and that, or Forget the white, I ain't gonna say Esau, just our regular family members. Forget the white man, this and that, this and that. But as soon as something happened, you calling up the cops. Call the police. You be like, forget the white man, this and that, this and that. And you see him shooting down your damn people on the streets every day, daily. All right. But yet when you have a situation or a problem, the first person you call is your avenger. Your avenger is the so-called white man. So we have to get out of that mentality and that state of mind, man. All right, that's why I'm reading this. All right, it says, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things, man. You know that's who we desire to be like. These brothers out here, I was just talking to them, talking about face booty ball. I'm talking about ain't got no damn hair on your face, but yet you claim to love God, man. You got your suit and your damn tie on, man. All right. All right, so we have to, hey, don't be envious of these nations. Don't want to be like these other nations, man. Like I say, I'm at work. I wear my fringes every day. I don't hide my fringes at work. All right, I wear my fringes proudly. Hey, I wear a different mitri every day. I might wear the big fancy one, or I just might wear this kind. But hey, I'm always in Hebrew fashion, man. All right. I even had some damn African girl walk up to me. Hey, are those things on all your clothes? Yes, the fringes on everything I wear, because they noticed it. I have so many people. She said, I want my husband to wear those. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. This is an African woman. I don't know about your husband wearing it, but you know, I get it. I have so many people coming up to me. Hey, I love your style, but it's the style of the Most High, man. So be proud of who we are. All right, don't be ashamed. Don't be tucking in your damn fringes, man. All right. Hey, these other nations are not like us, and they desire to be like us, man. All right. And they're jealous of us, man. All right. They're jealous and they desire to be us, man. But they can't. All right. Verse 17, it says, for it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. So, hey, don't be. That's what I was just telling the Christian brothers that was at the door that just came knocking on the door. Those Christians. I was telling them, hey, man, it's time for y'all to wake up, man. All right. You claim that you know this Bible, but I had the brother confounded. I wasn't just going hard on him, but he was confounded. He was telling me things that wasn't true. I'm telling him, go to this scripture. Go to that scripture. And every scripture I went to, it made him out to be a liar. So, hey, we as a people, we got to stop playing the games. I had to explain to him, hey, man, we're at the end of days, man. All right? You have to really know these scriptures, first of all. All right? And it's time for us to come back to our God and be proud of who we are. And accept that there are two lots, man. I was slowly breaking. They had one heathen with them. It's two brothers and one Edomite. All right, Edomite from Poland. His father was Polish. I found out. You know, yeah, there are two lots, man. I had to explain to him. Look, the kingdom. I explained to this brother, hey, man, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be on this earth. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go. I see we're on two different things, but you know what? He could not leave. That brother, he kept saying that, but he stayed right there and he kept listening. He couldn't leave, man. Like the Most High had him stuck, man. So we have to understand that there's hierarchy on this earth, man. And the heathen lot is not the same as our lot. Our salvation is not the same as their salvation. They don't get their salvation is servitude, man. Point blank period, man. They will be saved to serve us as a nation. Okay? Let's get back to it. Let's get the next precept, man. Let's get Proverbs chapter 3 and 31. Get Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31, man. All right, these nations are not like us, man. All right, and that's why that's why we have to understand why we celebrating Purim, man. All right, and we're gonna touch on that. All right, this is probably, and I'm telling you, Purim is damn near. You read this same story all throughout the Bible, man. How the Lord come in and save his people, man. All right, once we get together and we turn to our God, He'll do anything for us, man. All right. Shalom to everybody that's in here. I've been ignoring the chat. Shalom to Sister TC. All right, 300 Ping King. Shalom, shalom. All right. I got my sister Danielle up in here, Shalom. I got my sister, I was gonna say Sister Terry J. Sister Genesis up in here. Shalom, Shalom, Sister Genesis. All right. Harold Lee, Shalom, Shalom to everybody that's up in this thing. All right, and we'll tune in, man. All right, but yeah, these people are not like us, man. So y'all be proud of who we are, y'all sisters. If you wear head wraps at work, don't be shamed, man. Don't be shamed to wear your dresses, and don't be shamed to let your fringes show, man. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. So like it. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse number 31, and it reads, "Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways," man. All right, so we're not envying Esau, man. All right, we're not trying to get down with the system. We're not trying to, man. We trying. The Lord told us in Revelation chapter 18. He told us to flee from Babylon, man. Meaning, they don't mean get on a plane and go to damn Israel. That ain't what that means. You do that, you get jammed up. But it means flee from the ways of this nation, man. All right, let's get the next precept, man. Let's get Lamentations chapter 4. All right, I'm just a few little opening precepts before we touch on Esther. You know, Esther was one of our mighty foremothers, man. A very elegant woman and a keeper of the law, man. And a keeper of the law, man. All right, but we touch on Esther, man. Esther did mighty works. All right, and she was raised by her uncle Mordecai, man, from the tribe of Benjamin, man. These are Benjamites, all right? But let's get Lamentations chapter 4. But before we go into Esther, man, let's get this one more precept. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse number 17. All right. Why am I in Ezekiel? Hold on, y'all. Got my old Bible, all right? This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, "As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help, and our watching. We have watched for a nation that could not save us," man. Like I say, man, we always, we got issues. We always want to go to the damn courthouse. We always want to put Esau and these heathen in our business, man. But these people, and you end up going to the courthouse and you make things worse, man. You make things worse than what it is. You go to the so-called white man to get your Section 8, but now your husband can't even live in the crib, man. All right, so it's just all these things, man. Hey, these people can't save us, and these people are not for us. These people are not our friends, man. These people are our enemies, man. Straight up and down, man. It ain't no sugarcoating it. I kind of, the Christians was out my door. I didn't want to scare them off, but toward the end of the conversation, I had to kind of let him know that, man. Hey, man, we have enemies out here, man. All right, and they had us in the damn cotton fields picking cotton. Man, you can go read that in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. We came over here on slave ships, man. All right, we came over here on slave ships, and our enemies. All right, we were sold to our enemies, man. All right, when you read Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right, you read these things all throughout the Bible, man. All right, but with that, let's jump into Esther, man. Let's jump into Esther and jump into this Purim, man. Do any brother or sister know another name for Purim? What is another name for Purim, for the Feast of Purim? What is y'all just give me one more name? Anybody? What is another name for Purim? While I get Esther chapter 10. Dang, you don't nobody know another name for Purim? All right. So another name for Purim is the Feast of Lots, man. Okay, it's the Feast of Lots. All right, because Purim is it's like saying you're casting lots. Okay, one lot for the heathen and one lot for the Israelites. All right, everybody is not equal. All right, but this is the book of Esther. We're gonna start at chapter 10. We're reading the editions of Esther first, okay, and then we're gonna jump back into the big part of the Bible, into the main part. Okay, this is the book, the editions of Esther, chapter 10, and we're gonna start at verse 4. All right, and it reads. It says, "Then Mordecai said, God have done these things, for I remember a dream which I saw concerning these matters, and nothing thereof hath failed. A little fountain became a river, and that was a light. And there was a light, and the sun, and much water. The river is Esther. All right, Esther was that river, man. All right, was that flowing river, man, that flowed life back into her nation, man. All right, it says who the king married and made queen, and two dragons are I and Haman. So those two dragons are going to Mordecai and Haman. This is Haman telling his dream. Okay, it says, and the nations were those that assembled to destroy the name of the Jews, man. I'm going to read that again. It says, verse 8, and the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews, man. So these nations are always set against us. It's been like that from the beginning of time, man. All right, it's been like that since Genesis. It's been like that since Adam and Eve. It's been like that, especially starting at the Exodus, man. All right. From there all the way to now, man, these nations are against us. All right. There's a certain spirit on us. They can sense that we're God's chosen, man. And it's all jealousy and they have hatred toward us, man. All right. That's why it says, and the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews, man. All right. Verse 5. So let's get a quick precept on that. Let's get Psalms chapter 83, man. Everybody knows this precept, man. All right. All the nations have always tried. When you read Judith, even when you're reading Judith, man. All right. Even when you read Judith chapter 5, all right. But let's get Psalms 83. It's just a classic, man. This is always to keep y'all in remembrance, because it's these doctors coming out that, hey, these heathen are our friends and they're okay. And, you know, y'all can hear stuff and get carried away with these things. So we want to be careful. That's why I like to always read these precepts. Hey, these people are our enemies. Now, I'm not saying go at work and be beefing with these people. All right, don't go at work causing a damn havoc. No, the Lord said live peaceably amongst all men. Paraphrasing them. But I'm going to tell y'all got to watch y'all back, even at work, man. Even at work, man, these heathen are trying to find a way to overthrow you, man. Even at work. I'm not going to tell work stories now. I have a lot of work stories. It's crazy. All right, but I got to get through Esther, man. It's just crazy. All right, this is Psalms 83 and verse 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So this wicked Haman, this Agagite, which is a damn Edomite that we're about to read about, hey, this is the exact thing that he did, man. He got together with the king of the Persian and the Medes, okay, and say, hey, these Israelites are no good, you know, and talk, you know, just talking a lot of trash about us. Let's cut them off from being a nation. Let's just kill all of them. Let's have a purge on this day and just kill all the Jews. Okay, so that's the thing that we were facing. All right, that's what we were facing at that time, and we're even facing those things to this day. All right, through Planned Parenthood, through poisoning our damn food, okay, and all these things, man. All right, through damn feminism and all these ways they seek to destroy us in whatever way that they can, even if it takes destroying some of their own people, man. They don't give a damn, even if they destroy some of their own people, as long as we're taking these Israelites out, man. All right, so in verse 6, you can read all these nations, man. I'm gonna just read some of the nations. These are the nations that the Lord say that are your enemies, y'all. All right, and the Lord don't change, man. Keep that in mind. The Lord don't change. All right, it says the tabernacles of Edom, man. Even, man, the so-called white man know that he's Esau now, man. They know that. All right, it says the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, man, those Arabs. It says of Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes, and Gebal, the Africans. All right, it says in Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek. When we know who Amalek are. Them damn small hats, man, that's in our land right now, saying that they're Jews and are not, but the synagogue of damn Satan, man. All right, so even Amalek, these people are our enemies. Then they show you that they're our enemies, man. All right, it says the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, more Africans. All right, so basically all the nations are against us, man. All right, and our only salvation and our only Savior is the Most High God, man. So we have to keep these things in mind, man. And we're gonna read an example of that in Esther. All right, but let's keep reading. The editions of Esther chapter 10, I'm gonna read verse 8 again. It says, and the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation is this Israel. You see that? The Lord nation is Israel, man. And it was Mordecai's nation, but we know that the Lord's nation is Israel. Israel, when you read Exodus chapter 3 and verse 10, all right, Matthew chapter 2 and verse 5, and many other precepts, all right? It says, and my nation is this Israel, which cried to God and were saved. For the Lord has saved his people, and the Lord have delivered us from all those evils. And God hath wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done amongst the Gentiles, man. The Lord don't do the things for the Gentiles that he do for us, man. Straight up. All right. The Lord don't do, he don't treat them the same way. In fact, the Lord afflict us more at this time than he do them, man. All right, and it just shows because we are the children of the Lord, man. Right? But let's keep reading. Verse 10. It says, that he had made 2 lots. All right. So this is what Purim is going into lots. Okay. It says, therefore, God hath made 2 lots. It says, one for the people of God. And who are the people of God? The Israelites. All right. And we can go through the precepts. All right. All right. It says, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles. So you have one lot for the people of God and you have another lot for the Gentiles. Okay? It says, and these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before God amongst all nations. So amongst all nations, the Lord showed who his people was. The Lord showed who he was down with, man. Amongst, when you read, we finna go into it. When we read Esther, the Lord is finna destroy a certain people in the sight of everybody. This is not the first time the Lord has done this for Israel to show who he's casting his lot toward. All right, to his chosen. Even when you read in Exodus, man. All right, when you read in Exodus and you reading the plagues, how the Lord raised up Egypt. When you read Romans chapter 9, okay, the Lord raised up Egypt just to stump the crap out of them. And to show the world that I'm God and Israel are my people, man. It's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you, man, the Lord get a kick out of it. I mean, the Lord kind of get his rocks off by saving us, man. He loves when we cry out to him, like when we get into trouble. He's waiting on us to cry out to him to get ourselves in order to come out, and then the big hammer just come and just smash him, man, in front of the nations, man. All right, so right here it says, verse 11, man, because that was kind of heavy. It says, and these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before God among all the nations. So once again, when Christ cracked that sky during Jacob's trouble, it's the same concept, man. All right, in that day, in that hour, he's gonna show who are his people, man. All right, he's gonna show who his people are. So that's the day that we're waiting on. All right. It says, so God remembered his people and justified his inheritance, man. We are the Lord's inheritance, man. Like I say, they not like us and they know it, man. Man, I found out a lot of things at work today. I'm trying not to talk about work. I love teaching, man. I love this platform because it gives me a way to vent, man. All right? But these damn heathen are up to no good, man. Brother asked me to borrow a screwdriver. Find out the brother taking damn pictures, man. I mean, not brother. He asked me for, I'm a repair technician. I fix electronics, cell phones, tablets, blah, blah, blah. All right. This damn heathen come ask for a screwdriver. Now, he's like a higher up. And normally he would go ask that other heathen for that type stuff, but he wanted to come by me. And find out, yeah, he's taking pictures. I'm like, damn, I'm just talking about just hating, man. I ain't doing nothing but damn doing my job, man. That's what I'm saying. Hey, these people are not for us. I don't give a damn how well they smiling in your face. I'm trying not to go on a rant about my job right now, okay? But all y'all jobs should make y'all should make y'all think about the scriptures, man. All right, y'all jobs y'all should be thankful that y'all are Israelites, especially y'all that's keeping the commandments. The only reason a lot of us still got our jobs is because of the grace of God. The only reason I've been working at this place for about 8 years. All right, and the only reason I'm here this long is because of my God, man. I watched my God destroy a lot of people in that place, and and I know He's doing it for me because His light is toward me, man. I'm trying to walk as perfect as I can, and I make some mistakes. Y'all don't beat yourself. Y'all might make a mistake. Don't beat yourself up so much to think that the Most High is not with you, man. Long as you're striving to keep that, He might chastise you, but that don't mean He might chastise you. He might use the heathen to kind of get on you too when you out of order. All right, so I'm just giving you a heads up on that. He's always used the nations to kind of get on us when we out of order, man. Hey, but when it come down to it, man, I'm talking about big bosses been after me, like big bosses, man, like out the door, man, like directors and stuff. You know, they come. I don't know. It's just they not like us, man. And they trying to figure it out, and they jealous, and they mad that they don't have what we have, man. I had this one heathen. All right, I'm gonna tell this one more story, okay? Like I said, I have a lot. Then we're gonna get back to the class. But this is one heathen, man. It's my damn lead. I don't even know why he the lead, and I have more knowledge than him. He just came along, they gave him a position. All right, whatever. I read the Bible. I understand why. So he's, my desk is set up immaculate. It's very neat. I got this little golf ball. I got the little stuff, man. My desk is tight. I'm just tell y'all. And so he come over. You can't have that. Oh, you have two monitors. Why do you have two monitors? You can't have that. They're gonna get mad. He said the managers are gonna get mad if they see me with two monitors. I'm like, man, them managers ain't worried about me having two monitors. You just don't want me to have two monitors. But he tried to take whatever he can take from me, but it's never enough because I have something that he does not possess, man. We literally have the Most High God, man. They not like us, man. They're not as fresh as us, man. Our swagger, all right. We look better than them, all right. Everything. Man, we beat the crap out of them and everything. Skating, food, singing, whatever the hell it is, man. Hey, we are the top cream of the crop, man. Y'all keep that in mind, man. They are not like us, man. All right. Y'all keep this. Yeah, I just want to motivate y'all brothers and sisters, man. I know things are getting harder. Things are going to get worse. I just don't want brothers to. There's a lot of people find out the truth because it's just too much for them. This world is going against them. So they just bow down to the system, man. Y'all don't bow down to the system, man. All right? Because the system can't save you, man. The system can't save you. All right? Now, let's go back and read Esther, man. All right? Let's go back and get it, man. All right? Well, let's get a few more precepts. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32. All right? Just to prove my point, like I said, I want to drill it into you brothers and sisters' head, man, that hey, the Lord cast his lot upon Israel, man. Like I say, this is what Purim is going into, so I have to bring these precepts out, man. We are God's chosen. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse number 8. It says, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance. So the nations have their inheritance, they have their lands. It says, when he separated the sons of Adam, which he did separate the sons of Adam, right? Which you read in 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. All right. I guess I'm going to get that too. I started to skip that, but y'all all know that precept. I'm going to get it anyways. It says, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, man. All right. The bounds of the people are set around us. We are the center of attention, man. All right. We are the representation of the Most High God, man. So when we out there in the world, make sure y'all are representing the Lord to the fullest, because I'm going to tell y'all, the heathen are watching y'all, but not just the heathen, but even our own people that's not in the truth, they're watching, man. So make sure y'all on y'all best behavior. You got your fringes on, and you keeping the commandments. I had certain brothers that got caught not having their damn fringes on. Don't think people don't know who y'all are. Y'all might not be teaching, but I'm gonna tell y'all, man, people notice y'all, man. People know y'all wear them dangly things on y'all shirt every day. They notice that. And your family notice that too. Don't let your family, you wear your fringes every day, and now all of a sudden you ain't got them on. All right? Don't let your family see that, man. All right? Let's keep reading, man. Let's get Deuteronomy 76, and then I'm gonna skip some of these precepts because I done got long-winded. But y'all already know 2nd Ezra. All right. The Lord say these other nations are like unto spittle. All right. He said, yeah, we all came from Adam, but he separate one people from the other people, man. All right. And one people the Lord has said is like spittle, man. All right. So y'all keep that in mind. That's what I think about when I see these damn fake ass. I'm gonna tell you, the damn Moabites on my job be fake. These damn Ishmaelites, they damn bad up there, bro. Them Ishmael is horrible. All right, we think it's just Esau. Nah, man, these other nations are, man, they hate you, man. All right, but the Lord said they're up to spittle. So those are the things that motivate me to keep me going, man, to keep a smile on my damn face. All right, when I'm at work, being afflicted. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse, Salakia. I went back to 32. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, well, thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thy Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people. You see that? So the lot, you can read it 200 or 300 times in the Bible. The lot always falls on Israel. We are God's people, and he prefers us. We are the apple of his eye. All right? We are the apple of the Lord's eye. All right? It says to be a special people unto himself above all people. So we're not equal. We're above all people, man. All right? These are just basic precepts before we start reading Esther. All right? We're above all people, man. All right. Now, even when we're in captivity, man, the Lord said that you're above our people. Now you have to go through your affliction. All right. You can't be a fool out there, and like I say, be cussing out your damn Edomite boss, and then you fired, and now you can't pay your bills, and now you out on the street for being a fool and not using wisdom. All right. But just always know in your mind, man, these people are not like us, man. These people, they damn nasty, man. Man, look, one more work story, okay? Man, a restroom at my job, man, I'm going to tell y'all. I walk to a restroom, one of the heathen to come out the stall, don't wash his hands at all, walk straight out the damn bathroom, man. Walk straight out. I've seen that a million times, man. I've seen that a million times. Shalom, Officer Donovan. Shalom, Officer Donovan. I've seen that a million, man. These people are disgusting, man. Man, this is one heathen. I'm talking about, I'm walking, this is nothing. I got so many restroom stories, it's crazy. One heathen. And you can hear him. You can hear him doing his thing. Look, this is how fast this heathen took a dump, a number 2. I'm at the urinal. So I'm already using it at the urinal. He comes in, going to the stall. Drop his load. You hear all that noise, it's, you got to do it. He dropped his load, pulled his pants up, and walked out the restroom before I was even finished peeing. I'm like, is that not nasty, man? These people are nasty as hell, man. Especially down Elam, man. They be over there in damn India having damn cow boo-boo fights, and they damn sitting up under the cow waiting on the damn boo-boo to come out. So you take the boo-boo, you smear it on your face, and everybody in the streets having a damn cow dung fight, man. Y'all done seen the Super 8 videos, man. Just all over the world, man. These people are of another fashion, man. They are not like us. Even Moab is nasty as hell, man. This one Edomite woman. All right, y'all. I promise I'm gonna get to the class. I'm gonna get to class. All right. So Edomite woman, man. I'm in HR. They done did something so foul. The head HR lady flew from Utah. So many lawsuits could have happened already. But it was so bad, she flew down from Utah to talk to me. And she was an Amalekite. I don't know. She just gave me that Amalek spirit. You can just read. You can read Amalek, man. All right. But she's up there. She's talking to me. She's like the director of HR over all these damn over the night. She's in there doing this, swiping a snot. All right. She keep got snot all on the damn fingers. Hey man, look, this damn lady they nasty. Just imagine what they do but behind closed doors, man. All right. Just imagine what they do behind closed doors. Shalom, Sister Mary Houston. My bad, sis. I ain't trying to make you sick, but I'm just saying, man, they be doing that, man. Y'all gotta watch out. After I come from the restroom in my job, I wash my hands when I come out, but I don't take things, I don't shake people's hands in there. It's only certain people's hands that I shake in that place, man. All right, I'm just saying. All right, the heathen on another level. Okay, now I've been doing class for 40 minutes, so let me stop ranting about my job, man. Like I say, I love doing classes because it's therapeutic for me to let it out, and I know y'all deal with the same thing, man. All right, we let it out, and then we can read the scriptures to see where we were going through the same thing. We've always went through these things, man. We've always been afflicted by these other nations, man. All right, the Lord put these nations all around us to afflict us, man, to see whether we would keep the commandments or not. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's get Esther. Let me finish reading the editions of Esther, chapter 10 and verse 11. It says, "And these two lots came at the hour, at the time of the day of judgment before God among all nations. So God remembered his people and justified his inheritance, man. The Lord came in and kicked butt, man. All right, let's get Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1 real quick. Man, I done spent almost a whole hour talking about my job, man. But it be like that sometimes, man. It be like that sometimes, man. All right, let's get Psalms. Let's get Psalm chapter 2, Salakia. Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Y'all brothers already know this precept. Y'all brothers and sisters should know this one. All right. This is the things we always deal with. So y'all don't think it's strange when these strange calamities come upon you. Don't think it be strange, man. All right. When you've been keeping the commandments, you've been fasting and praying, and then the next day, all hell break loose. All right. Here, like Officer Diamond said, you got to call them the group scoop. He said, got to call the goop scoopers. Yeah, they are the goop scoopers, man. All right. Like I say, I know y'all watch the Super 8 videos, man. People nasty. All right. This is Psalm chapter 1. Now, this is Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together," just like we read in Psalms 83. Just like we read in Psalms 83. All right. The heathen always raging for some damn reason. You could be chilling. Like I said, where I'm chilling, just doing my job, all of a sudden all hell is breaking loose. There's a problem with me. I got the highest numbers, the highest every damn thing, but there's a problem with me somewhere. And when I do make a mistake, they can't wait to come and bring it to me to show me the mistake. I passed 400, I've repaired 400 units flawlessly within the last 2 or 3 months. You finally got one that has a flaw, and you can't wait to bring it to me. Just wicked, man. Wicked as hell, man. All right. Verse 2, it says, "The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords," man. So they're always trying to find a way to divide us. Whether it's trying to separate, have our kids' mind going this way. That's why they have us at work all day and our children in their institutions all damn day. That's one way that they're breaking their cords asunder. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us, man. They don't want to keep the commandments, man. All right, just like in the days of Adam, man. These damn nations, they want to keep God's laws. All right, so they always find a way to make us fall off, man. And we did fall off, and we cast down, man. And that is heathen are ruling over us. It says, "He that sitteth in heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill Zion," man. So I always know that the Lord have y'all back, man. I always know that the Most High God have your back, and he has your best interest, man. He has your best interest, man. Y'all don't give up. Y'all keep fighting in the truth, man. All right. With that, let's go to Esther. You know, the one that's right before Job. All right. Go to Esther chapter 3. Esther chapter 3. All right. We're going to get a little reading in. All right. Let's look at Esther chapter 3 and verse 1. "After these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hadamath, the Agagite, and advised him and set his seat above all princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman." He's an Edomite, he's an Agagite. All right, and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. All right. So everybody was bowing down to this Edomite except for Mordecai, man. Mordecai said, I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. I don't bow down to damn Edomites, man. Straight up. And that's why a lot of y'all, it's your jobs and at other places, especially at work. If you're an upright person, all right, and you don't let people just push you around, now your supervisor might be an Edomite or another nation. Now you still have to, you under their authority, but not just letting them talk to you any old kind of way. But you're not cussing them out, but you like telling them, man. All right. One thing I don't do is bow down to these heathen at work. I know the policies, and they hate that because of the policies say this and say that, this and say that. Like, damn, man, this nigga think he's smart, and they can't really do nothing to you. But I don't bow down, and I don't kiss ass. That's one thing that I don't do. All right. So this is the spirit that Haman was in. All right. It says, then the king's servant, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why are transgressors doubt the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew. He said, I don't bow down because I'm a Jew. That's why I don't bow down to damn Edomites, man. It said, and that's why I started out with 2 Maccabees chapter 4, man. Hey, don't go after the ways of these heathen, man. They not like us, man. We're better. And they want to be like us so damn bad, man. All right. It says, and when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. You know, I'm not going to go back to work, but when you behave like this, they're going to be full of wrath. Like I say, y'all move with knowledge, wisdom, and understand. I'm not saying go to work and be acting stupid. All right. Because I don't act stupid at work. I just, you know, I take my job very seriously, and I do my job to the best of my ability. And I just, you know, I'm not a pushover, man. I'm not a pushover. All right. I've been a pushover somewhat throughout my life, you know, when it comes to these heathen. Not really just a pushover. I've never taken their stuff, but the Lord showed me how to move without getting fired, basically. How to move in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding without getting canned, okay? Let's jump down to verse 8, okay? It says, and Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there's a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of the kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all peoples, neither keep they the king's law. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. So Haman is like, damn white man, look, king, this and this. And we really just minding our damn business, man. We're not hurting no damn body. All right. Hey, king, you know, they over here, you know, they don't keep your laws, you know, they keep their own laws. They keep the Sabbath, you know, they don't bow down to Baal or whatever, you know. They have their own set of rules, basically. All right. It says, verse 19, it says, if it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have charge of this business, to bring it into the king's treasury. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, the son of Hamadath. All right, Hamadath, Salakia, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. You see that? Haman, the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. So the Jews have enemies. Okay, I just want to make that point. The Jews have enemies, and you see how clever that Esau speak. You know, Esau is a very smooth speaker. He spoke, and he he just spoke so smoothly. The king took his ring off and gave it to him to seal this damn letter. All right, verse 11 it says, and the king said unto Haman, the silver is given to thee, the people also to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language. In the name of the name of King Ahasuerus was it written and sealed with the king's ring, right? And keep reading. It says, and the letters were sent by post to all the kingdoms, provinces, to destroy, to kill. all right, to destroy, to kill, and to cause perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, and to take the spoil of them for prey. So you see that? So, like I always like to explain this, if y'all ever seen the movie The Purge, this is like The Purge. Okay, on this one day in these hours, kill the Jews. All right, all nations, you get together. If you see a Jew, if it's a baby, kill him. If it's a woman, kill him. Man, just imagine that. And then they sent the decree into all lands. So let's just say, President Trump make a law. Hey, we're gonna kill all these niggas and these Mexicans. We're gonna kill them. All these Native American. Hey, on this day, shoot them down, kill them. And you got all the heathen, damn Chinese man getting a shotgun. Yeah. I hate those niggas. You know, you got the damn Elamites. You know, everybody's gonna get a chance to kill you on this day lawfully, man. This is the purge. So y'all have to put yourself in the mind state of what's going on. That's why I say the purge all the time. Act like that you in that movie, because that what was about to happen. The purge was about to happen. To purge out the Jews, literally, man. Old, young, children, babies. All right. But let's keep reading. All right, verse 14, it says, the copy of the writing for the commandment to be given in every province was published unto all the people, that they should be ready against that day. You see that? You watching on the news, how they finna go? Imagine you watching on the news, on every channel you flip through, it's breaking news. You can kill a nigger and get away with it. Everybody get ready. You see gun stores. You know, they interviewing gun stores. You got the Edomites. Yeah, you want to come buy your bullets here. You know, you can go get your bullets here to damn kill Negroes and so-called Native Americans. All right. It says, the post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan, the place, and the king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city of Shushan were perplexed, man. All right, so let's jump to 4 and verse 1. All right, chapter 4 and verse 1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put sackcloth with ashes and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry, and came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. It says, because you're not supposed to go into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth, man, but Mordecai did. It says, and in every province whatsoever the king's commandment and decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting, and weeping, and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So going back to my last class from last week, man, you can always fast as a nation. Like I said, the Battle Axes, we're going to do once a month at the beginning of the month. We're going to do I'm gonna call it a congregational fast, man. And y'all brothers and sisters are willing to y'all are free to join. I'll let y'all know and give you the date that we're gonna do our next congregational fasting, man. There's nothing like fasting together and praying together, man. You think that the Lord ain't gonna hear that thing? All right, that is a very powerful thing to fast as a group. All right, so yeah, during times of affliction, hey, fast, man. Fast. Find a brother or a sister to fast with you, man. All right. But like I say, that's why every month we gonna do that thing, man. All right. Let's jump down to verse 13. All right. Verse number 13, and it reads, then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place, but thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. So Mordecai is telling Esther, yeah, you're the queen and you're the top woman of the nation. Okay, yeah, you're the king's wife, but hey, you can end up getting caught up in this thing too. All right, because you are a Jew. You are from the tribe of Benjamin. All right, it says, and who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me. And neither eat nor drink 3 days. So they did a nationwide fast for 3 days and 3 nights. Didn't eat or drink nothing. Everybody, man. Hey, man, we're in desperate times. And even now, these times are coming back on the earth, man. So we have to prepare our minds for, hey, these days are coming back. I just want to say that, man. I ain't going to rant on it. It says, I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go into the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded. So Esther like, go fast. In order to see the king, you have to make an appointment. If you walked into the king's court without making an appointment, he will kill you. Even if his own wife, he'll kill you, man. All right, so that's why Esther like, fast. I don't have time to make an appointment. I need to speak up for my people right now. Okay, so let's jump down. Let's jump to chapter 5 and verse. We're gonna start at verse 13. All right, chapter 5, verse 13, and it reads, "Yet all this availed me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate." So this is Haman, man. This is damn Haman, and he's still sitting at the king's gate. Now Haman then already to put a hit out on every Jew in the nation. All right, and he's not satisfied. He's not satisfied because of damn Haman, man. Haman is still there, and hey, like I say, Jews, we don't bow down. All right, we don't bow down, man. Mordecai didn't flinch, basically. All right, and that's the same spirit that we need to have on us. It says, "Yet all this availeth nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate." So he's not happy. He knows that he done put a hit out on all the Jews, but he's still just that nigga. And that's how they do y'all at these jobs, man. Oh, look at that nigga. Look at that woman over there. She got the hair wrap on and why she wear that dress every day? Why ain't she like the rest of these people? These damn hoochie mamas out here. All right? Because that's all that you're really good for, because that's how they want to see y'all, man. They want to see y'all in a lower state, and they hate it that you're in order. All right? So Mordecai kept it together, and he stayed in order, man. Then said Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends unto him, "Let a gallows be made, a 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak unto thy king, that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go in merrily with the king unto the banquet." And this thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. So Haman listened to his own wife. I'm gonna tell y'all, your wife in righteousness can tell you some good things, man. If it's according to thus saith the Lord, man, your wife can tell you some good things, man. But hey, and your wife telling you something, man, hey, you have to examine that thing. You got to filter it through the scriptures. So Haman's wife was a rod. Hey, finna get him caught up. She told him to go make a gallows, which is, that thing that you hang people on. Make one for Mordecai, right? That was her advice to him. Although they already put a hit out on all the Jews, man. What's the precept? These people are not satisfied with blood, man. Man, Esau can kill you and he's still not satisfied. He wants more. All right? So Danielle said, that just happened to me last week about my hair wrap. You all right? I know it. It says, Soup asked me why I don't show my hair in front of everybody. You see that? And I'm going to tell you, because that's a case. You should have went to HR on their ass. I'm going to tell you, I've never been an HR person ever, but at this job, I'm like the HR king. And I got so much stuff on these people. Anytime I'm ready to make a move, I could just make the move. So it's just crazy. But I ain't saying just be all crazy, sis. But yeah, they're gonna ask you questions, man. They're gonna want to know why, and you don't have to tell them all your business. All right. Sometimes they ask me questions, I might answer it, and if I do answer, it's with a very short answer. It's very short. They ask me why I'm one of my friends as well. I keep the commandments of God. I just leave it right there. I don't explain it. I don't break it down. I don't tell them I'm an Israelite or like none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. All right. But let's keep reading. Let's jump down to 6 and verse 1. Book of Esther, chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, on that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of chronicles. See, all nations have a book of chronicles, meaning events of their history, okay? other than all nations that have chronicles of their history, basically. All right. It says, and they read before the king, and it was found written that Mordecai had told Bigtha and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlain, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on King Osiris. I cannot say. I don't know why I struggle saying that. King Osiris, okay? King Osiris. Now, I skipped over this part, but before all these things happened, Mordecai had kind of told, hey, there's these two people trying to kill the king, okay? So Esther went and notified the people, and it saved the king's life. So these things were written down in the Chronicles, right? These things was written down in the Chronicles. So now the king, he can't sleep. He's telling his people, hey, read the Chronicles to me, maybe to, make me go to sleep. So then, now the king is reading about how Mordecai saved his life. You see that? What Don put, he said, Ezekiel 35:6 says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith thou, has not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee, man. And that's a great precept. That's a great precept, man. All right, because these people love shedding blood, man. All right, and you pursue blood, the Lord say blood is gonna pursue you, man. All right, so that day is coming, man. Hey, these nations, especially Esau, man, their judgment is set already, man. All right, you see what Haman, all this BS that Haman is damn doing to our people. But let's keep going. That's a good precept, Donovan. All right, verse 4, and it reads, and the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was coming to the outer court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. So Haman coming in there to tell him about how, hey, I made this thing to hang Mordecai. Do you remember the Jews that I said that we're going to kill? Yeah, this is one Mordecai. I'm going to hang him. Not knowing that the king just read about how Mordecai saved his life, man. So let's see what happened. It says, and the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court, and the king said, let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto this man who the king delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do honor more than myself? So the king basically asked, okay, it's this man that I want to honor. What should I do to this man to honor this man? And Haman like, yeah, it must be me that he's going to honor. That's Haman's thoughts, all right? Verse 8, it says, let the raw apparel be brought, which the king uses to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown raw, which is set upon the king's head. So Haman is like, hey, this man that you want to honor, let him wear your crown, your robe, let him ride your horse all around the city. Now, this shows you the thoughts of the white man, because even Haman, man, hey, that's why I say you got to watch Esau, because he's really trying to overthrow the king, period. All right? He already got a hit out on all the Jews, and now he wants to be in the king's spot, man. Man, just imagine, y'all chilling with King David, man, right? You chilling with King David, and King David asked for your advice. He's like, hey, Sister Danielle, brother Lamar, hey, it's somebody that I want to honor. How should I honor this person? And y'all have the guts to tell King David, you know what? Let that person, King David, wear your crown and put on your robe, and like wear like that special horse that you got that's all white. You know what I'm saying? Let him ride that horse, and then let a parade be made that he walk around the city with all the king stuff on, man. That's madness, man. That is crazy, man. All right, so that just show you the mind of an Edomite, man. Okay, but let's keep going. It says, and let his apparel and horse be delivered in the hand of the king's most noble princes, that they may array him, that they may array the man with all whom the king delighted to honor, and bring him on horseback throughout the streets in the city to proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man who the king delighted to honor. Then the king said unto Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew. I know Haman's jaws dropped like, what? Mordecai? So Haman had to literally go and put the crown on Mordecai's head, man. All right? Y'all see how when your ways pleaseth the Lord, he make even your enemies be at peace with you, man. When your ways please the Lord, man. Okay? So that's just step one. Things are not looking good for Haman, man. All right? Things are not looking good for Haman. Because now Mordecai is the king's new best friend, right-hand man now. He's, the king finna honor him, but you were finna go in there talking about how you want to hang him. Not only that, you to put a hit out on all of Mordecai's people, man. And that hit is still out, and the king don't understand that he really put them hit out on Mordecai people like that. All right? But let's keep reading. All right? Let's keep reading. All right? This is verse 10. It says, then the king said unto Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse that thou hast said, and even do so to Mordecai the Jew that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the streets of the city, and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man who the king delighted. Man, that's cold-blooded. Let's keep reading. It says, and Mordecai came again in the king's gate, and Haman hasted to his house, mourning and having his head covered. Because Haman like, man, I done messed up. I done messed up. I done set all these things up for the Jews. And man, when the king found out, my ass is grass. Excuse my language, all right? It says, and Haman told Zeresh, his wife. Now he's running back to his wife that gave him the wicked advice, all right? So Haman ran back to Zeresh, his wife, all his friends, and told all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh his wife unto him, if Mordecai be the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou should not prevail against him, but should surely fall before him. Like, man, that's a wrap. Imagine somebody give you some bad advice, and then when the advice don't work and the tables turn, they telling you, well, it look like that you're gonna die. Ain't that cold? That's cold blood. And it just show how the Lord will afflict you. All right? Even your wife and your friends and your wise man kind of, oh, well, that's not me. That's not me that have to worry about that. Right? Let's keep reading. In verse 14, it says, and while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlain and hasted to bring Haman to the banquet that Esther had prepared, man. All right? So let's jump down to verse 7, man. Chapter 7. It says, so the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther, the queen. And the king said unto Esther, on the second day of the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it should be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it should be performed, even to the half of the kingdom, man. So the king told Esther, baby, whatever you want, baby. All the way to half. You want half the kingdom, it's yours. All right? Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. All right. For we are sold, and my people to be destroyed, to be slain, to perish. All right. But if we had been sold for a bondman and bondwoman, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then King Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther, the queen, who is he, and where is he that does presume in his heart to do so? So the king, like, who said that they were going to hurt your people? Where this person at? Who said that they were going to hurt you, all right? Then Esther said, thy adversary and thy enemy is the wicked Haman. You see, we have enemies, we have adversaries of the other nations. That wicked Haman. Haman knew this was coming, man. That's why he ran away hiding, all right? It says, then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the place of the garden, and Haman stood up to make request of his life to Esther, the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was falling upon the bed where Esther was. So Haman is all on Esther's bed. Haman is all on Esther's bed, on Esther's bed. He's damn crying. He's begging and please, Esther. Please, damn nasty Edomite all on Esther's bed, the queen bed. All right, he got snot running down. He crying, please, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Though he started with tears, man. All right, though he started with tears, man. All right, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 8, it says, Then the king returned out of his palace garden to the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was falling upon the bed where his Esther was. Then said the king, Will he force the queen also before me in thy house? So he like, damn, you all up on my wife's bed. The king walked in there like, damn, you tripping. Not only you done this, man, you all up on my wife, all up on her bed, man. What are you doing? Right? It says, as the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. So the king didn't even have to say, get him. Man, the king's person, they took that black bag. I ain't got no black bag. They took that black bag while the king was talking and just put it over Haman's head, man. It's a wrap. It is a wrap for Haman, man. All right? It is a wrap for that Edomite, man. All right? Let's keep reading. All right? Verse 9. It says, and Harbonara, one of the chamberlains said before the king, Behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high in Haman. So like it said, and the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai. We had did this math already, y'all. Brother Lamar, what was the math on that gallows? It was 50 cubits high. So every cubit is 2.5 feet. What's the math? What's 50? What's 2.5 times 50? If anybody can do it real quick. 2.5 times 50. Real quick. Anybody got a calculator? We're gonna see how high. I forgot. I think it's like 250 feet or something like that. 205 feet. So just imagine Haman made this gallows 200. And we got all kind of different answers. Nah, Sister Mary Houston, I think it's 2.5. I think it's 2.5. I think a cubit, 1 cubit is 2.5. It's 2.5 feet. 2.5 on 50. So it'll be twice. Oh, so it's 75 feet high. Okay, 75 feet high. But that's high. 75 feet is very high. All right, that is very high. Just imagine a gallows 75 feet up. Okay, so it says the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standing in the house of Haman. Then the king said, Hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified, man. You see? So, hey, man, your ways pleasing to the Lord. Hey, he will overthrow your enemies. It ain't no device that your enemies can bring against you that will prevail, man. And even going back to my job, y'all want another work story? But I mean, I've seen these heathen. One of the main first times I went to HR, because I didn't go to work one day, and he went into this damn heathen. This is like he's a big manager. Just imagine. I mean, you on another level. He has one of the damn engineers go into the computer system and put my name, like literally forged my name on something. All right, and moved it. So the next day I came to work, he come and bring me, it's a cell phone, it's a serial number connected to it, and he, did something to say. And I looked at it, and I looked at the history. I'm like, damn, they got my name on it, like I moved it on this day. But you know what? I called in on that day. So how in the hell is straight to the HR office, all right? And it's like, and I've seen this many times in my job. They try to do something to me, and it always turn and it flip on them. And that's why I tell y'all, hey, it's important to keep the commandments, man. It's important to keep the commandments so you don't be overthrown, man. All right, because the Lord will have these heathen to overthrow you. All right, this is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty. The Lord will disappoint their devices. whatever crafty devices, whatever net or whatever trap they have for your feet, they'll end up falling into that ditch, man. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. It says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong, man. That's Job chapter 5, verse 12 through 13. There's so many precepts like that, man. No matter what they do against you, it will not prevail. I have seen this, man. I have seen this. That's why, hey, we gotta, hey, man, we walking on eggshells, man. Like that light is always for us, the Lord is always for us, but we have to make sure that our ways are pleasing to the Lord. Hey, we might have some stumbles, and like I say, you might fall, get back up. That don't mean that the Lord is not with you, man. That is not, yeah, you might mess up. That does not mean that the Lord is not with you, man. Get back up and keep fighting, man. All right? Get back up and keep fighting. All right, let's get Esther chapter 8. Let's get Esther chapter 8, and let's start at verse 3. All right, Esther chapter 8 and verse 3. All right, it reads, and Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the Agagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out his golden scepter toward Esther. So Esther rose and stood before the king and said, if it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, and this thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman, the son of Hamamath, the Agagite, which he had wrote to destroy the Jews, which are in all the king's provinces. For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come upon my people? Or how can I endure to see the destruction of my own kindred, man? And that's the kind of spirit that we should have. I mean, when we out on the streets, we see our people destroyed. Hey, we might be somewhere. We might be at the workplace and, see somebody, see a sister, you just see print and booty, man. And it's just, it vexes your spirit, man. And it just vexes your spirit, man. And it kind of saddens your heart, man. All right. That's the spirit that you got to be in, not on that individual like spirit, man. All right, but us as a people, you have to always think it's us as a people, not just you. It's a lot of people, even in the truth. Like I say, they might be up, but your damn sister or your brother down, man. So we have to think about the whole nation, man. And Esther always thought about her nation, man. All right, Esther understood, hey, that the Lord was for Israel, man. All right, that lot that the Lord have is not for the Gentiles, man, or not for these heathen. Okay, I'm gonna read verse 6 again. It says, for how can I endure to see the evil that shall come upon my people, or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred, man? All right, that's a hard thing to see. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I ain't trying to put I mean, it didn't happen to me, but man, Captain Jerubbaal one day, man, I ain't gonna lie, and this is the first time man, Captain Jerubbaal had the same spirit, man, and it just really showed me. So we were at camp. We was at camp, and Jerubbaal on the mic, rocking it. He on the mic, and he doing his thing. And then this brother came by, really feminine. Man, this brother walked by. I'm talking about he was just twisting. Brother's just twisting and shaking. And man, Captain Jerubbaal Jerubbaal down there broke down, and I mean, he kind of his eyes got watered, man. You can hear it in his throat. Down there, just finna start crying, man. It's a sad thing to damn watch your nation destroyed or being destroyed, man. All right, and that's the kind of spirit. I mean, that's really loving your brother as yourself, man. All right, and that's the spirit that we should all be rolling in. All right. That is the spirit, man, and that thing taught me something, man. All right, I mean, Captain Jerubbaal, I mean, all the captains, man, gotta have real compassion for his people, man. All right, verse 7. And then King Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen and to Mordecai the Jew, behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him they have hanged upon the gallows, because he had laid hands upon the Jews, man. All right, you don't touch the Lord's anointed, man. And the Lord has did that in every captivity. He'll make whoever ruling to be in our favor later on. All right. And then they build us back up, and then we get back wicked and go back into captivity, man. That's the thing about Israel. Israel, man, we just can't get right, man. All right. Get back wicked and go right back into captivity, man. All right. Let's jump to verse 10, man. Let's read almost down. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. Verse 10. And he wrote in the king Ahasuerus' name and sealed it with the king's ring and sent letters by post and on horseback and riders on mules, camels, and young dromedaries. All right, dromedaries. I don't even know what a dromedary is. I had to look that one up. Somebody look this word up, man. Dromedaris. Dromedaries. Dromedaries. All right, because it's showing the same way that Haman had all these people send this message out. All right. The king had all his people send this message out. Oh, is that a camel, sis? Is it a camel? Because it says mules, camels, and young dromedaries. Okay, I guess those are young camels. Okay, those are young camels. So I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all read something in the Bible and you don't know what it is, look that word up. Because I'm gonna tell you, one word can change the meaning of a whole sentence. One word. If you don't know what it is, go look it up because it can make the whole sentence make more sense, man. All right, all praise to the Most High. All right, verse 11. It says, wherein the king granted the Jews, which were in every city, to gather themselves together and to stand for their life, to destroy and to slay and to cause to perish all the power of the people and provinces that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of their prey. So the tables has turned. So now we get the purge, all right? The king said they were going to purge y'all, but now Jews, y'all can purge their ass as much as you want to on this day. Y'all get the purge, all right? Man, look how mighty that the Lord is, man. All right. Okay. So those are teen camels, Brother Lamar, ages 12 through 17. Damn, camels live that long? Oh, it says children and teens. 12 to 17? Okay. Let me see. Somebody else put something. Hold on. Sister Mary used to say, she said one hump camel. Oh, so it's a young camel. It's a camel with one hump. All right, come. Okay. Let's finish this out. All right. Let's finish this out. What was that? Okay, I'm going to read verse 11 from the top. It says, wherein the king granted the Jews, wherein every city to gather themselves together and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and providence that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of them for prey upon one day in all provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely until the 13th day, the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, right? It says the copy of the writing for the commandment to be given in every province was published unto all Jews, and the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves of their enemies. So the posts that rode upon the mules and the camels went out, being hasted and pressed on by the king's commandment, and the decree was given at Shushan the palace. So I'm getting a little bit more understanding. I've read this a lot of times, but y'all got to understand that decree was already put out that Haman put out. So them heathen was ready. They damn ready. King said, you know what? Y'all get y'all swords and y'all get ready too. And then when these people come, men, women, and children, you slay them. All right. So that's what was going on. All right. That's what was going on. Verse 15, it says, and Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in the royal apparel in blue and in white, in a great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. And the Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. You see that? And we look forward to that day that we get that joy and that honor, man. But I'm going to tell you, that day that we get this kind of joy and honor is when Christ cracked that sky. That's when we're going to get this joy and honor back, man. All right? It says, and in every province and in every city whatsoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a good day, and many of the people of the land became Jews, for they feared of the Jews, because the fear of the Jews fell upon them, man. So everybody became Jews, man. That's Zechariah 8:23. Not saying that they're gonna physically become a Jew, but they're gonna keep the commandments. Hell, the heathen, the damn Asian people that was around, the damn Moabites that were in that city, they started wearing mitres and they started wearing fringes. All right, they have to get down with our program, man. And that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. We're going to have to teach these heathen to keep the commandments. Some of them, they're not going to want to keep the commandments. And that's why the Lord said you're going to rule with a rod of iron. Because we're going to take that rod of iron and kind of break their ass down, all right? Excuse my language. All right? The Lord is going to make sure that these heathen, that all of them are not going to want to keep the commandments, man. He's going to make sure that. I had one brother, I always mess with this brother, man. I always been, man, one of my favorite brothers. And I was talking about, hey, man, when I get to the kingdom, man, hey, man, the heathen gonna have it. He said, man, and man, my brother told me, man, I just want him to wash my dishes. That's all. I don't want to be mean to him. I just want him to wash my dishes. I said, the Lord is gonna make it to where you tell him to go wash your dishes, and then he's gonna spit at your feet. Good. I'm not what, man. The Lord gonna put that spirit in him, and then you're gonna beat the brakes off of them, man. All right, it ain't just I just want them to wash my dishes. A lot of these nations are gonna bow down, but some of them are not, man. Just straight up, man. The Lord gonna put that spirit in them. All right, let's get Esther chapter 9. All right, last 10 verses, y'all. Let's get Esther chapter 9, and we're gonna jump straight to verse 17. All right. Esther chapter 9, we're jumping straight to 17. All right, let's read. It says, on the 13th day of that month, Adar, and on the 14th day of the same rested day, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. All right. So that's why I would say the 13th day of the month, which is Adar. All right. It says, and on the 14th day, so there's two. So this is a 2-day celebration. And right after that, feast the destruction of Nicanor. All right. Damn, I kind of wanted to do a class on both of them. Jerubbaal did a class on both of them last night. The other night. I kind of want to touch both of them, but we're just going to touch on Purim right now. All right, rigor. That's right. Officer Dine-In, with rigor. Right. They're not just washing our dishes, no. I'm going to tell y'all, the brothers, it be certain brothers and sisters, y'all feel like, well, I'm going to just be like this. Wait till Jacob's trouble come. And they get the afflicting your children right in front of you, man. You're not gonna be like, I just want them to wash it down. You're gonna be thinking about doing worse than washing your damn dishes, man. All right. Verse 18, it says, but the Jews that were in Shushan assembled themselves together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th thereof, and on the 15th day of the same day rested, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore, the Jews of the village that dwelt in the unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month, Adar, a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions, and sending portions to one another. So they giving gifts. We being a nation, man, giving each other stuff. All right. It says that Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far. I'm finally saying the king's name right. I'm gonna tell y'all, I've been saying Ahasuerus. It's people pronounce it. I've been saying it because I've been reading it today. But then when I'm reading it during the class, I'll be just butchering it, man. All right, verse 21, it says, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month of Adar and the 15th day the same yearly. All right, so we keep these things yearly, man. All right, it says, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned into them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. So this is what Purim is all about, man. Hey, we're supposed to be kicking it, man. This is like Christmas, but it's 2 days. It was nothing like Wicked Christmas, but I'm just saying. We're kicking it. Hey, we give gifts, okay? For 2 days, man. All right, we partying, we feasting, We get a little yon. All right. It says, and the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai has written unto them, because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them and to cast Pur, that is the lot. Okay, so Pur means lot. All right, when you say he cast a Pur, what Purim is going into, all right, it's going into lots. Okay, it says to cast Pur, that is the lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by the letters his wicked device, which he has devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows. Wherefore they call these days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined. Donovan, are you in? I just thought about something. If you in Dallas, bro, we should have met at the school, bro, and I would have had you read all this, man. All right, nah, it's just a little joke. I just thought about that. All right, just thought about that, bro. I would have really had you read, man. All right, it says, verse 27, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as join themselves upon them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writings and according to their appointed time of year, man. So that's why we do this every year. All right, we celebrate Purim every year, man. All right, we have so many holy days, and how holy days, it just shows basically how the Lord delivered us from our enemies, man. Like I say, they not like us. Hey, we have a God, we have a living God that literally comes and saves us, man. All right, verse 28, it says that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every providence, and every city, and all these days of Purim should not fail from among these Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. So you're supposed to teach your seed these things, man. Teach your children about Purim. You teach your children about the Exodus. You teach your children about Passover. All these high holy days, man. How the Lord saved us, man. That's why they cut Esther short, man. They cut it short. We're gonna put the other one in the hidden books, man. That's why they took Maccabees out. It just show you. It just shows you how we can overcome as a people. If we get together and cry out to our God, fast together, and pray together, man, we can overthrow this system, man. That's why they took the Apocrypha out, man. All right. Verse 29, it says, then Esther, the queen, the daughter of Abaliah, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm the second letter of Purim, man. All right. Let's go back to the dishes of Esther, y'all, because we're pretty much done. Let's go back to the dishes of Esther chapter 10. I just want to read this. The dishes of Esther chapter 10 and verse 10 says, therefore had he made 2 lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles. And these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before God among all the nations. So God remembered his people and justified his inheritance, man. So, hey, there's a lot for the heathen and there's a lot for us, man. Like I say, so I name this class that they not like us at all, man. At all. At all, man. And they hate us. Even us that don't keep the commandments, our people, the heathen hate them too, man. Because I'm just saying, it's a certain spirit in us. How much more so us that's actually keeping the commandments? Man, they hate it, man. They hate it. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all around, especially at the workplace, watch y'all back. The Lord said, don't be ignorant of nothing, great or small, when you're reading Sirach chapter 5 and verse 15, man. All right, watch y'all back, man. These people, they're trying to find a way to, y'all that's keeping it, like I say, even our brothers and sisters that's not keeping the commandments, you know, they envy them. How much more of us that's walking uprightly, you got your hair wrap on, and a dress every day, and you in order? Oh, man, they trying to find any damn thing, man. I got 50 more work stories. If y'all got 3 more hours, listen, man. Now, I'm going to save those for next. I'm going to save them work stories for next class, man. It never end. Never end, man. The last precept. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon, man. Last precept. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 and verse number 7. I know I got 3 right here. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and verse 7. It reads, so are thy people were accepted, both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the enemies. So we have enemies, y'all. Don't ever forget that. Y'all don't get rocked back to sleep. Like I say, we're going toward the end of the world. You hear more of these people trying to rock out people back to sleep. Everybody can be saved. These people are your friends. Yeah, they your friends until till you miss. They your friend till you realize your damn arm is damn missing, man. They your friend till you realize you damn missing an organ, man. All right, so y'all just keep those things in mind, man. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed the class. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe. Help us push this truth all over the four corners of the earth. All right, damn, I read the law already. I think I read the law already, but I'm gonna read it again. Hey, thank you, brothers and sisters that's been donating and giving alms. All right, your donations are not being used for folly and madness. It's not to buy a Cadillac. We ain't buying jets. We're not locking the doors and saying, hey, ain't nobody going nowhere until I get $1,500, man. Hey, we ain't rolling like that. Hey, the truth is out. Like I said, hey, the Christians came to my door right before I had this class, man. I was just telling them, hey, man, y'all brothers got to wake up. All right? They all in Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8, man. Talking about we in a new covenant. Like, brother, y'all trying to teach me right now. How in the hell are we just confounded? All right? People, it's time for our people to wake up. Y'all brothers and sisters, stay prepared. Be always after teach, even you sisters, man. All right, when it comes to other sisters and children, or even if it is a man, you can give him a good word, but then you would hand him over to a captain or an officer, okay, or just another man, okay. Y'all always be ready to seal the elect, man. That's kind of everybody's job, okay, on a certain level, okay. Let's get Esther chapter 10 to verse 13. We're gonna read that again. All right. And yeah, if y'all want to donate, you can hit the GoFundMe in the Cash App in the description below, man. All right. I didn't read this. So this is the law. This is the book of the editions of Esther chapter 10 to verse 13. It says, therefore, those days shall be unto them in the month of Adar, the 14th and the 15th day of the same month, with assembly and joy and with gladness before God, according to the generations forever among his people, man. So we do these things forever and ever among the children of Israel. The Lord say with joy with joy and gladness. So brothers and sisters, don't show up to the feast day all frowned up, man. Hey, I'm telling you, and we're gonna check the thing. It was certain individuals. I remember last feast day, they get the food, they gotta, because the world is still on them, man. Hey, y'all coming into this feast day, man, leave the world out there, man. We celebrating, man. All right, gonna kind of get on you. All right, and with that, y'all, I'm gonna say shalom. Y'all have a great rest of the week. All right.